Consciousness, and peace. May the masses in harmony without obstruction.
A Prayer for Blessings on Our Nation by Venerable Master Xing, founder of Guang Shan. O great compassionate Buddha, with the greatest sincerity, we would like to confess to you the realities of our nation. Although education is available to all, our ethics have degenerated. Although our standard of living has been raised, our public moralities has eroded. Although science and technologies have advanced, our industries have reported frequent incidents of pollution. Although our political system is democratic, our societies has been turbulent and ill at ease. O great compassionate Buddha, we pray for your great protection. May the mercilessness and cruelty of our societies be transformed into harmony and happiness. May the brazenness and debauchery of our society be transformed into proper manners and order. May the rampancy of crime and misdirection of our society be transformed into joyous giving and forming affinities. May the cheating and impostures of our society be transformed into honesty and righteousness. May the anger, hatred, and jealousies of our society be transformed into compassion, kindness, and benevolence. May the wrong knowledge and wrong views of our society be transformed into right knowledge and right view. O great compassionate Buddha, we pray for your great protection. May we grasp the concept of cause and effects and understand the realities of life. May we have the strength of a heart full of patience and tolerance, and never retreat in the face of adversities. May we be imbued with clear and wise foresight and have no fears or worries. May we have the courage to subdue evils and complete the mission of life. O great compassionate Buddha, we pray for your blessings and protection. May our countries have favorable weather and never have natural disasters or man-made calamities. May our politics be honest, clean, and just, and never have corruption or bribery. May our ethnic groups be tolerant of those who are different, and never have racial disputes. May our society be steadfast, prosperous, and powerful, and never have wars or upheavals. May our lives be abundant in food and clothing, and never suffer economic instabilities. May our bodies and minds be healthy and carefree, and never be disturbed by sickness. O great compassionate Buddha, please accept this prayer for our countries. O great compassionate Buddha, please accept this prayer for our countries.
May kindness, compassion, joy, and equality pervade all worlds. May we cherish and build affinities to benefit all beings. May champion and precept inspire equality and patience. May our humility and gratitude give rise to brave vows.
Auspicious greeting to all friends from around the world. This is Venerable Zhi Xing from Guang Shilai Temple in Los Angeles, United States. Thank you for joining our online English Dharma service. Although we are at different parts of the world, this online Dharma service has brought us all closer together in spirit. Amid the COVID-19 pandemics, we are asked to stay at home, and a lot of our plans are canceled. We cannot hang out with our friends. We cannot travel or visit family and relatives. We cannot gather for any social events. We cannot go to the temple to participate in activities or Dharma services. We cannot go to school. We cannot go shopping or even grocery shopping. Basically, we can't do anything that we considered would give us happiness. What is true happiness? Is it doing things that we like? Is it satisfying our desires, such as eating good food, hanging out with friends, partying, traveling? There is no doubt that we feel happy while we're doing all these things. However, this happiness never seems to last. So, what is true happiness? It is a question that most of us have been asking ourselves, or a questions that have led us into a journey of searching. It is indeed a meaningful question that we can contemplate and reflect upon while we are staying at home, because happiness is what every one of us seek throughout our life. Venerable Master Xinyin said that there are different levels in happiness. The first level of happiness is satisfying our desires from material possessions and wealth, such as owning a car, having a house, having a great career, enjoying great food, and so on. This is the first level of happiness. The second level is to establish good relationships with others, like nurturing a loving family, forming good relationship with friends, working well with colleagues, and so on. That's the second level. The higher level is to discover our original self within our mind, nurtured a compassionate, joyful, and grateful mind, as well as have faith. If we cultivate this in our daily life, the joy we have from simplicities and from the ease in mind is the higher level of happiness. What Venerable Master Hsien Yun mentioned about the higher level of happiness, basically a happiness that lasts, can also be seen from the following dialogue between Chen Master Su and a thief. One night, Chen Master Su heard some noise outside his room. He asked, "Who is there?" A person actually answered, "I'm a thief." The master caught him and questioned, "How many times have you stolen?" The thief answered, "I didn't count the number of times, maybe hundreds and thousands of times." Chen Master asked, "How long does your happiness last each time you steal?" "Well, it depends on the value of the things that I steal," the thief answered. Chen Master asked again, "How long is the longest time you can be happy for?" "Only for a few days, then I'm not happy again." Upon hearing the answer, Chen Master laughed. "You are not much of a thief. If it were me, I just need to steal once and I can be happy for the rest of my life." "Excuse me for underestimating you," said the thief, astounded. "You are more experienced than I am. Please, will you teach me how to steal?" Chen Master Su suddenly stretched out his hand toward the thief's heart, as if he is grabbing something from his chest, and asked, "Don't you have a huge treasure right here? After I steal the treasure from here, I will enjoy them for the rest of my days." This conversation between the Chen Master and the thief told us that happiness cannot be found from the outside, but it is all within our heart. Only by seeking within and mastering our minds can we enjoy happiness for as long as we live. This then begs the question of, what are we seeking within our mind to gain happiness? And in other words, how do we seek true happiness? First, we should have gratitude. In positive psychology research, researchers discovered that gratitude is strongly and consistently associated with greater happiness. Gratitude helps people feel more positive emotions, improve their health, deal with adversities, and build strong relationships. As Venerable Master Hsien Yun said, "A grateful life is a happy life. Gratitude is the source of happiness." There are a lot that we should be grateful for. In this COVID-19 pandemic, although we are ordered to keep social distancing, we are still connected together through online social media. We are still safe at home. We have a chance to do the chores that we never seem to have time to do. We have the time to cook a meal and enjoy it with our family. We have a chance to spend some time with loved ones and really communicate with them. More importantly, we should be grateful for being able to breathe the air in the environment freely. Looking at the symptoms of the COVID-19, being able to breathe air without obstruction is a luxury that we have been taking for granted. Once, the Buddha asked his disciples, "How long is life?" A disciple answered, "A week?" The Buddha said, "No." "Is it in between a meal?" The Buddha said, "No" again. Finally, a disciple asked, "Is it in between a breath?" The Buddha said, "Indeed, life is in between a breath." Therefore, how can we not be grateful that we can breathe fresh air every single moment? Second, we should learn to let go of our attachment and desires, because the Buddha once told us that desires is the source of suffering. We all have different desires. Some people are attached to wealth. Others might be attached to fame, power, delicious food, car, jewelry, and so on. Our desires motivate us to work hard for them. Once we attain what we want, we would have feared that we might lose them, or we hope for even more, or we become angry when we don't get them. We end up exhausting ourselves from working for what we desire and trapped in the cycle of emotion roller coaster. Once, there is a general of the army who is very attached to his teapot. Every day he would take it out and make tea with it. One day, as he was making tea, he accidentally knocked it down the floor. He broke into cold sweat and caught it at the very last moment. He then asked himself, "I'm a general in the army. I don't even break a sweat or have feared at war. Why did I break into cold sweat when I saw that my teapot was dropping on the ground?" This is when he realized that it is because of his attachment to the teapot. This attachment is controlling his emotions. With this realization, he broke the teapot into pieces. If we want to have happiness, we need to learn to let go of our attachment and desires. Otherwise, our emotions are controlled by them, and suffering will follow. In addition to letting go of our attachment and desires, we should also learn to let go of the burden we carry in our mind. These burdens might be remorse, anger, sadness, agitation, and other defilement. No one can let go of these burdens for us except for ourselves. If we continue to hold on to them, they will hinder us from moving forward, or they will make our life miserable. This is like a monkey who discovered a banana inside a coconut through peeking into the hole on the coconut. He put his hand in the hole to grab the banana and tried to take it out. However, the banana doesn't fit the hole. The monkey's hand then becomes stuck inside the coconut because he refused to let go of the banana. Ultimately, the monkey died of hunger. We might think that the monkey is silly. However, if we reflect upon ourselves, how often do we continue to carry all these burdens, even though we know that they're not good for us or that they are hurting us? We should know that whether we live happily or live with suffering is only a matter of one thought, whether we're willing to let go. Just like the monkey, if he is willing to release the banana, he can then take his hand out and find so many other bananas. Third, we should understand that everything will come to pass. Whether it is a joyous occurrence or something that gives us hardship or difficulties, they will all come to pass. Just like this pandemic, it will also come to pass. We need to accept that it is happening right now and it is affecting our life in every aspect. Instead of repelling against the current situation and feel sad or angry about it, we should work with the current situation, like staying at home, washing our hands frequently, and wear a face mask if we really have to go out. The more that we reject these adversities, the more afflictions and suffering we would have. Slowly, our mind will be filled with negativities. Instead, we should change our perspective in facing the pandemic and think positive. Venerable Master Xinyan told us that we can treat the time that we stay at home as a retreat to self-reflect and cultivate. Always remember that no matter how difficult this situation is, it will come to an end. Last, we should learn to give. Venerable Master Xinyan said that the wealthiest person is one who gives. We might then wonder, how can we give now that we can only stay at home? The best gift that we can give right now is giving each other space and keep our social distancing. By staying at home, we are protecting ourselves and others from the transmission of the COVID-19 coronavirus. We are helping with containing the pandemics. Another thing that we can give is to dedicate our merit and pray for the world. Our thoughts have power in them. A Japanese scientist and water researcher, Dr. Emoto, has done research on the effects of wholesome and unwholesome words on molecular structure of water. He revealed that thoughts and vibration affect the molecular structure of water. The water crystal formed beautiful geometric shapes when words of love and gratitude were spoken near it. However, when unwholesome words were uttered near another sample of water taken from the same source, the crystal smashed and turned into destructive shapes. Therefore, dedicating our merit and praying for the world will help. Of course, if we have the abilities, we can also give food to food bank to help those in need or donate medical face masks to the hospital. To conclude, we ask ourselves again, where is happiness? Can we only find it from the external conditions or from others? The answer is, we don't need to seek happiness from the outside, but we should seek within. It's all in the mind. If we can have gratitude in our heart, learn to let go of our attachment, desires, and all the burden that we carry with us, understand that things will pass and be at ease with the current causes and conditions, and give with what we can, we will be happy and content. We will be at ease in our life. Last but not least, thank you for joining us in this cultivation session. May Buddhas and Bodhisattvas bless everyone with happiness and peace. May everyone be well and safe. Amitofo.